If we give somebody like Dr. Abati, anyway, he'll give me his commission out of it, $4 billion to run for presidency with a political party, you think it will make a dent?
No, $4 billion is too small. Make it $5 billion.
Can Nigerian presidency really be bought with $5 billion? My people, welcome back to Peter's Studio. Today, we are reacting to a very powerful and controversial statement made during a political discussion involving Rufai of Arise and Professor Kuku. And honestly, what was said should make every Nigerian stop and think deeply. Imagine somebody boldly saying that with $5 billion, a person can buy the presidency of Nigeria, not win by competence, not win by vision, not win by performance, but buy it. That statement alone tells us the level of danger facing Nigerian democracy. Now let us break this matter down carefully. During the interview, Rufai asked a direct question. He said, if somebody gives a politician $5 billion to run for presidency, can that person actually buy the Nigerian presidency? Kindly take a listen.
Do you believe Nigeria's presidency is the best presidency money can buy? Dr. Abati was talking about money.
Sorry, take that again.
Do you believe that Nigeria's presidency is the best presidency money can buy? Dr. Abati was talking about money. And in fact, I want to make it exciting to show you the effect money has played in Nigerian politics. If we give somebody like Dr. Abati, anyway, he'll give me his commission out of it, $4 billion to run for presidency with a political party, you think it will make a dent?
No, $4 billion is too small. Make it $5 billion.
$5 billion.
Just add $1 more billion to
$1 billion.
it.
Sorry,
$5 billion.
That if you give him $5 million, I didn't get the rest.
No, billion.
If you give him $5 billion to run for presidency, do you think he can actually buy the presidency of Nigeria with that amount?
Yes, I have no doubt about that, and I'll tell you why. You have a much lower percentage of people who have conviction anymore. It's, let me carry something and go. I know I won't see them in the next 4 years. So if it's a question of buying the presidency can be bought unless you have enough time, power, ideological power and ideas power to convince so many people that, listen, this money Dr. Abati is giving to you, where did he work to make it? I think it's our money that he stole. And I think his guilty conscience is making him to give some of it to you so they allow him to continue. Therefore, go and collect the money. It belongs to you. But vote somebody you know that will do good. Let me ask you, if they come to your family, your 5 brothers and 7 sisters in the extended family, and they say, we need somebody to go and speak for us in the village square. Let us send somebody from this family who knows the problems, who will not go there and they'll make him say what is not in our interest, and who will be taken seriously. You will not send your brother who gave you money. You send the one that you know that when he goes to the village square, respect will come to the family. Other villagers will get their entitlement and people will be happy. There won't be thieves, there won't be unemployed boys. If that kind of logic is brought in as the campaign, you can spend $10 billion. And there was this, the Bantus in East Africa, who they have a culture, you will get the response of a Bantu. I won't do it. You say, why? Ibibi, meaning it is bad. Who will drive people to that level of conviction? It is doable.
You're welcome back. You see, shockingly, this professor answered confidently, yes, I have no doubt about that the Nigerian presidency can be bought with $5 billion. Of course, what he said is true because of what is happening in the Nigerian market. This answer is really frightening because if elections can be bought, then what happens to the ordinary Nigerian voter? What happens to competence? What happens to integrity? What happens to people praying and hoping for a better Nigeria? This is exactly why many Nigerians feel hopeless during elections. People campaign with ideas, but at the end of the day, money begins to speak louder than vision. And let us be honest with ourselves. On this platform, Peter's Studio, this is not just theory. Nigerians have seen traces of these over the years. We have seen elections where rice was shared, money was distributed openly, people were paid before voting, politicians' loyalty was bought like market goods. Some politicians no longer build relationships with the people through service. Instead, they build networks through cash. That is dangerous for democracy. Now, one thing the professor said that really caught my attention was this. He said, many voters have lost conviction. That statement is painful, but partly true. Many Nigerians are suffering heavily. People are hungry, transport is expensive, food prices are rising daily, school fees are unbearable. So when politicians suddenly appear during elections and also sharing money, some desperate citizens collect it because survival has become more urgent than long-term national thinking. But here is the deepest tragedy. The same money being shared is often public money. Money that should have been used for hospitals, for roads, for electricity, for education, for youth empowerment, and so on and so forth. So Nigerians are sometimes being given crumbs from the very resources stolen from them. That is the painful cycle. And another important point was when the professor said something powerful. He said if people become truly conscious and enlightened, they can collect the money and still vote for the right person. Now, that is where the real battle is. The problem is not only poverty, the problem is political consciousness. Because if citizens understand their power, politicians will no longer easily manipulate elections through cash. Look at the developed democracies. You cannot easily buy millions of informed voters with temporary gifts. Why? Because people think long term. But in Nigeria, many people are stuck in survival mode. And honestly, this conversation exposes something deeper about Nigerian political structure. Campaigns today are becoming less about ideology and more about financial strength. Who has the biggest structure? Who can fund mobilization? Who can sponsor political agents? Who can settle stakeholders? And who can dominate media spaces? This is why sometimes brilliant candidates struggle while wealthy political machines dominate the process. Now, let me say this clearly. Not every politician is corrupt. Not every election is completely bought. There are still Nigerians who vote based on competence and conscience. But the concern raised in that interview is serious because it reveals how vulnerable the system has become. And this is why Nigerian youth especially must wake up politically. If citizens continue selling votes for short-term survival, the country may continue recycling leaders who do not genuinely care about national development. A bag of rice can finish in days. 5,000 naira can disappear in hours. But bad leadership can destroy a nation for generations. That is the reality. And honestly, one part that struck me emotionally was when Rufai said one would have thought hunger would push people to realization. That line is deep because suffering should naturally make citizens demand accountability. But instead, many people become more vulnerable to manipulations because desperation weakens resistance. And that is why politicians exploit poverty. Poverty has now become a weapon. Poverty is not just an economic problem anymore, it has become a political weapon. Now, does this mean Nigeria is finished? Of course not. It means Nigeria must become wiser politically. We need political education, stronger institutions, electoral transparency, voter enlightenment, and citizens who think beyond immediate cash gift. Because the future of Nigeria cannot be auctioned to the highest bidder. At the end of the day, leadership is too important to be reduced to money politics. And this is the biggest question I want everybody watching Peter's Studio to answer. Do you believe Nigeria's presidency can be truly bought with money? Or do you believe Nigeria still have the power to reject money politics and vote wisely? Drop your thoughts in the comment section. Enjoy this analysis? Please kindly subscribe to Peter's Studio, like this video, and share it with others. I will see you again in the next video. Bye.